All right, what is up, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Su-27 flanker, which is in the Russian tech tree. It's coming in the new update. It's just on the dev server right now. It's coming after the Su-17 M4 in the Sukhoi pathway on the Russian tech tree. This thing is gorgeous, and it's big too. Here's the Su-27, and then here's the MiG-29 for a size comparison. So MiG-29, which ironically already felt kind of big, somewhat, but then look at this thing. This is like the flying tennis court. Secondary weapon hardpoints: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 weapon hardpoints, and the weapons it gets are the R-73, the R-27 ET, and the R-27 ER once you get the max loadouts. I mean, this thing is an absolute beast, and I'm hoping to show off a little bit of its like maneuverability and radar and just stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into a game and kind of try and show it off for you. All right, so here we are. Got the flanker. Look at this cockpit, man. This thing is so sick. I'm a big fan of the cockpit. It feels a lot like the MiG-29 cockpit. If you're used to the original, the first MiG-29, if you're used to that cockpit, it's really not that different. One thing I'll say about taking off, this thing just has a ton of nose authority right off the tarmac. So I'll kind of show you here. I'll try and demonstrate it. Right now we're in full real controls with manual controls mode activated. But you're going to want to set a keybind for I think toggle aircraft SAS mode, SAS mode, because watch what happens when I pitch up here. Whoa, it wants to way overdo that. So to prevent that, you want to toggle damping mode. You pretty much want to fly this thing exclusively in aircraft system augmentation mode, damping. Unless you are in a very, very close-in dogfight, you pretty much want to be using damping for this thing. Let's check out the radar. So you can probably see from the radar scope, just looking at it, it doesn't have as good of a gimbal limit as the Yak 141 or the MiG-29 SMT, or the original MiG-29, if I'm not mistaken, for that matter. But it gets the same radar mode, so it gets search, pulse Doppler, TWS, all aspect, search, pulse Doppler head-on, and TWS head-on. So, you know, it's no slouch. It gets all the things you really need. You just have to know how and when to use them, really. There was a guy over here. Okay. We want to spool up the ER. There we go. The ER is still the king of the radar missiles as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I missed him though. Kid. Alright, well maybe we'll get a dogfight right here. So you can see when we're flying with SAS damping mode, it actually isn't really losing much speed at all. In fact, it's maintaining its speed quite well. That ET just ate him. That ET just ate him. When you fire these ETs from a rear aspect, these things are just lethal. But yeah, I mean, you can see we maintained our speed actually fairly well through that turn. We're at Mach, yeah, we're almost back up to Mach 1 after all that. And that was specifically because we had the damping mode activated. If we would have had the non-damping mode, if we would have just had the normal, you know, run-of-the-mill manual control activated, we probably wouldn't have been able to control our aircraft quite as easily. It probably would have gotten away from us a little bit. I feel bad for this guy. He's probably trying to grind out one of the new planes to test out, but sorry, bro, you just ate an ET. Me personally, I had a much, and I might be a little bit biased because I think the Russian armament works a little bit better. Just for me, it's telling me to reduce speed. So that's an interesting thing. Before I keep talking, it told me to reduce speed at about Mach 1.18 on the deck. So that's a bit surprising. Yeah, I'm pretty used to using the Russian armament for, you know, BVR combat, for example. So I think the Russian armament just kind of performs better, and especially in Air RB right now. I mean, if you can prevent someone from getting to the merge with you, even now in War Thunder, I mean, that's just a huge advantage for you. If you can provide some sort of a bulwark against someone coming directly on into a merge with you, I mean, you're essentially going to win. I think the flanker has a massive advantage over the F-15 at this point, because the F-15 has, you know, not like a mediocre radar by any stretch, but definitely not a superior radar, and definitely not superior radar missiles as well, I would argue. You know, it's only got the AIM-7 M Sparrows, which do not travel nearly as fast as the R-27 ERs. Not to mention, you know, those first 2 kills I got were with the R-27 ET, which, you know, there is no American equivalent for that. There's no long-range missile that doesn't set off the RWR whatsoever. That's wild. I hope we can recover the aircraft. We took a shot from the F-15. Yes, it seems like we're going to be able to recover. You can use damping mode when you're, if you fly with a stick in Air RB, or Air Simulator Battles for that matter, and you get shot, and you're finding it hard to recover your aircraft, you can use damping mode to make it easier to recover your aircraft. So you can get them with ER. The Mach 5 missile. Get them. Come on. Yeah, see, so the ER is just crazy. The R-73 is just crazy. This flanker is just crazy. It's just a whole nother level of crazy. Alright, so in conclusion, with the Su-27 flanker, this thing is really cool. I mean, you saw in the gameplay, this thing is like a leaf in the wind once you switch to manual controls. It retains its energy actually fairly well if you use damping mode. Gosh, the weaponry is just first class. It is top tier. If you play well with the MiG-29 SMT in any way right now, man, you are going to absolutely love the flanker. It's like the MiG-29 SMT on steroids, minus the radar gimbal. That's the only con to this thing, is that it doesn't have quite as big of a radar gimbal, so you're not going to be able to notch people quite as well. But man, just the absolute quantity of missiles you have totally, I think, outweighs the, you know, the drawback of not having such a big gimbal limit. But anyway, let me know in the comments, like, if you guys are excited for this, what you're excited for with the new update. This is the only other fighter I think that I'm going to be reviewing before the real update comes out. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I can see you in the next one.